What the hell does Alex J have to do with that? How dare you, sir, bring up the tragic death of your child and associate it with Alex J? That is disgusting. Has nothing to do with him. That's your pain, that's your sorrow, that's your loss. That has nothing to do with whether Alex Jones should be on Twitter or not. It is the worst statement that, maybe I'm forgetting something. I'm always prone to hyperbole, but it is one of the worst. I think it is the worst statement I have ever seen from Elon Musk. I don't think I've ever seen him use that. He used it before in the tragic death in a positive way. There was a young teenager who died in a Model S going too fast, I believe, got out of control. The cars are extremely powerful, extremely fast. Some of the fastest, especially the Model S, one of the fastest cars on the road you'll ever see. So you get a young person in there, you know, you're stupid when you're young, you could do stupid things. And Elon Musk brought this up. I know to the family, I know what it's like to lose a child. That wasn't manipulative, that was honest. This is manipulation. There is no way that you can connect SIDS with your son to AJ. There is no possible way you can. And if it were an emotional, I will give you, we all are emotional. I can say things right now emotionally that I would like to take back. You've had plenty of time to calm down and retract it. I haven't seen that yet. News happens so fast, so forgive me if something has come out. So I'm not using the emotion. The emotions are out of it. We're hours past the tweet. You can retract the tweet. You don't have to delete it. You can clarify it. You can retract it. You can apologize. But that's what I would do if I incorrectly associated any one of you, AJ, anything to a tragedy that happened in my life. I would have to apologize for that because that's wrong. That's manipulative. That's dangerous. That's some ish Billy G would do. That's some ish Hillary C would do. That's some ish that the slimiest swamp creature snakes in the world would do without skipping a breath. They would look you dead in your eye and lie to you or manipulate you. That's what they do. Nancy P came out and said, MAGA, I'm going to paraphrase, MAGA is at fault for a terrible incident that happened in Colorado Springs. That is pure evil. That is evil cut in its purest form, and those who are eating it are snorting it straight up their nostrils. It is unacceptable. It is deprived behavior, and that's what we're seeing from Elon Musk. So you see the concern I have with the Daily Mail article. They didn't bring that up. How do you not bring up, like, wait a second, how do you connect your son's passing? What does that have to do with AJ? What kind of journalism is this? The two things have nothing to do with each other. It's like Nancy P, Polly P gets hammered, triple entendre, and then now it's MAGA's fault that he got hammered. It's MAGA's fault that you're telling me a bum came off the street and got into your crib. Who's buying that? Same thing here. How are you connecting AJ to the passing of your son? And AJ was nothing but graceful before this came out. So now I have to ask, I have two questions now. One, you're being coy. Two, you're connecting AJ to a tragedy that happened in your life that has nothing to do with him. Now I've got more questions. Now I don't trust you. Now I'm losing trust in you. Serious trust. And you should obviously trust no one. And this is a great example of why. The worst statement I've ever heard from Elon Musk. And that's what I said. I said, I'm sorry for Elon's loss here, but this has nothing to do with AJ. And I will not accept that it does. And it's the same thing that happened with Carrie Lake and Gladys Sicknick, the mother of Brian Sicknick, trying to intimate. She never said, I blame Carrie Lake for my son's death. But what she said was, she said something to the effect of people like Carrie Lake. Don't do that. I'm sorry for your son's loss, but what I will not let you do is associate your son's loss to somebody who didn't have anything to do with it. So I don't care if you're being manipulated. That's not my problem. What you did is disgusting. I can have both takes. I'm not afraid to address that. I can feel sorry for your son's loss and then also call you despicable for how you used and are trying to manipulate your son's loss. Same with Elon Musk here. We have to set boundaries. The boundaries is don't do this. The boundaries need to be set clearly. This is a regrettable moment for Elon Musk. And what it does to me is it shows that there's some other motive here, because I do not believe that Elon Musk attaches that loss to AJ. I don't believe it. And I have my right to say I'm not convinced. That's an opinion. And I'll still hold those opinions while we still can in our country. That won't be forever, not without punishment. What we see in that tweet from Elon Musk is someone who has become too powerful. We see someone who has become so powerful that they, if you're going to take it at face value, which I don't, but let's take it at face value, that they take an emotional loss in their personal life and apply it to free speech for a nation. That's why we have the First Amendment. That's why we have those rights, so that someone doesn't amass so much power that they do mental gymnastics to say you don't have that right anymore. And again, the reason why I'm going to First Amendment is because of the relationship with the government and big tech. And that applies to no one more than AJ. He talks about government power at the highest level, the one earth government at the highest level. So that is a conflict of interest if the government goes to private companies, and we don't know if they're not doing that right now with Twitter. We would never know unless it came out years later in a FOIA request or something. The same thing. They have a conflict of interest. The government cannot stop legally AJ from speaking, but what they can do is allow social media companies to get a monopoly to become the town square, just like anti-friend of soul Eric Feigl Ding admitted, can become the town square, and then we can say, now we regulate you, or we could destroy you because we're the government. That is the end around the First Amendment. So your loss, whether you authentically tie that to AJ or not, has nothing to do with free speech. It's a disgusting statement. It's a regrettable one. It's one of your worst ones ever. I don't have the vocabulary to describe how abhorrent a statement that is. And I'm not going to let you hide behind the loss of your son to deflect criticism. It's terrible, and it's concerning. It's a red flag for Elon Musk. So he applies it to a nation, and I said that's the most disgusting thing he's ever said. In making a statement about AJ manipulating the deaths of children, this is the irony, hypocrisy of it. So you remember, he's replying to, hey, he never said it straight out, but he's replying to the Kim.com statement where he's like, well, reconsider bringing AJ back. So he's saying that I don't like people who have manipulated the deaths of children into money, fame, and power. And the ironic thing is he's manipulating the death of his own child to justify keeping AJ. That's what it appears to be. I don't have a direct connection because notice he's being coy here. It's just a reply to a statement. So you can't connect the two unless he connects. Why is he being so coy about it? That's not by accident. He's doing the same thing. The death of your own child, connecting it to why you don't want AJ on the platform. The exact same thing you're accusing AJ of doing. It's abhorrent behavior. I'm still a supporter, but clearly Elon is not to be trusted. This is Hillary C level of slime. And this is the X-Files, one of my favorite shows. Mulder and Scully. And one of the themes of that show, what an amazing series that was. Trust no one.